Hello to the DNC Native American Caucus. It is such an honor to join you all today.
Hello to the DNC Native American Caucus. DNC Native American Caucus.
These are my family stories. My papa had high cheekbones, like all of the Indians do.
That's racist!
According to the Boston Globe, Warren was listed as a Native American on federal forms filed by 2 law schools, including Harvard Law, where she worked at one point, but she still denies using her heritage to advance herself professionally in any way.
Warren has been plagued by criticism of her various claims of Native heritage throughout her career, even touted as an example of diversity in Harvard's faculty in the 1990s. Warren says Harvard made that claim without her knowledge, but defended her choice to list herself as a minority in a national directory of law professors. The Washington Post obtaining her 1986 registration for the State Bar of Texas, in which she listed her race as American Indian.
I will give you $1 million to your favorite charity, paid for by Trump, if you take the test and it shows you're an Indian.
Pow Wow Chow, which came out in the mid-1980s, and guess what she submitted those recipes under? She used the name Elizabeth Warren, but she also said Cherokee Indian after that. Her recipe was Mexican oatmeal soup, which I'm sure was delicious. And
oh God, it's so good. So good.
Tonight, calling his bluff after relentless taunts by President Trump over Senator Elizabeth Warren's claims of Native American ancestry, Warren is now answering, her campaign releasing a DNA analysis stating there is strong evidence the senator had a Native American in her family going back 6 to 10 generations.
My papa had high cheekbones, like all of the Indians do.
Releasing the results in a campaign video claiming vindication.
What do the facts say?
The facts suggest that you absolutely have a Native American ancestor in your pedigree.
My papa.
Tonight, the leaders of the Cherokee Nation are speaking out against Senator Elizabeth Warren's campaign video touting her Native American ancestry courtesy of a newly revealed DNA test. The tribe saying in part, quote, a DNA test is useless to determine tribal citizenship.
The problem with the DNA test is that it proves nothing of relevance to whether a person is a citizen of an Indian nation, a member of an Indian nation. DNA at best can give you some indicators of some markers that indicate that you're related to somebody who lived long ago that may have lived in North and South America, may have been a native peoples of those continents. It's irrelevant to what it means to be a Native American in this country. That's based on a legal definition. Certainly every tribe has that in common, that we have some legal basis for our citizenship that we determine.
Last week, after meeting with Cherokee leadership, Warren issued an apology, and this morning, a spokesperson saying, as Senator Warren has said, she is not a citizen of any tribe, and only tribes determine tribal citizenship. She is sorry that she was not more mindful of this earlier in her career.
I know you're offended by what Senator Warren did and her past claims to heritage. How do you feel about President Trump calling her Pocahontas?
They call her Pocahontas. Pocahontas, Pocahontas.
Oh, she doesn't deserve it, and I think it's a term that he means in a derisive way, and it's not helpful to the national debate. I mean, Indian country needs leaders in Washington who understand our issues, not who get in a back and forth of name calling. So I don't think the president's particularly helpful in taking those shots at Elizabeth Warren. I don't think she's particularly helpful for going back and saying, look, I've got my DNA results, see what they show. I think what they need to do is bear down and focus on, again, those issues I touched on that affect Indian country. I mean, Indian country deserves leaders of the United States who will be champions of our issues, not fight back and forth and call each other names.
Now, a lot of the criticism has been over whether she used those claims of Native American heritage to advance her career. This now marks the earliest documentation of that claim. Again, she put it in writing while registering for a professional organization.
That changes things.
It does.
All right, well, thank you.
It does.
Many unbearable hours later.
Next up is
our wonderful Senator Warren, who is a dear friend of mine and somebody who has always been a champion for Indian country and somebody I'm incredibly proud to have with us. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing your good words.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. And hello to the DNC Native American Caucus. It is such an honor to join you all today.
Anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.